What if I told you that everything you know about pizza is just the tip of the iceberg? In Sweden, they put kebab meat on pizza and drench it in yogurt sauce. In Japan, they top pizzas with squid and mayonnaise. And in Brazil, they cover half their pizzas in chocolate and M&Ms. These aren't food crimes. They're beloved national treasures. Forget pepperoni and cheese. We're talking pizzas topped with reindeer meat in Finland, sans tomato sauce in Turkey, and even some that are legally protected treasures in Italy. The pizza you know is just a tiny slice of a global phenomenon that's evolved into something Italians would barely recognize. Today, we're traveling across 6 continents to discover the pizza styles that will completely change how you see this beloved dish forever. Welcome to the wild world of global pizza. Pizza might have ancient origins in Roman flatbreads, but what began in Naples has evolved into countless variations that reflect local tastes and cultures. While Americans might think they know pizza, the truth is that pizza has been reinvented worldwide in ways that would shock even the most adventurous eaters. From legally protected recipes to bizarre toppings that actually work, these global pizza styles prove that when it comes to this beloved dish, there are no rules, only delicious possibilities. Let's start with the original, the pizza that launched a global obsession. In Naples, pizza isn't just food, it's a legally protected treasure. Authentic Neapolitan pizza has such strict specifications that it's protected by the European Union. The dough must be hand-stretched to exactly 3 millimeters thick, made with specific flour, water, salt, and yeast, nothing else. It's topped with San Marzano tomatoes grown in volcanic soil and fresh buffalo mozzarella. Then, it's blasted in a 900-degree Fahrenheit wood-fired oven for just 60 to 90 seconds. The result is a pizza with a puffy, charred crust that's soft and foldable in the center. So different from American pizza that first-time visitors to Naples often wonder if they've been served an undercooked pie. But while Italians were perfecting tradition, the Swedes were creating something that would make Italian grandmothers faint. Imagine combining 2 late-night favorites into one mind-blowing dish. In the 1980s, Sweden experienced a perfect storm when Middle Eastern immigrants with kebab shops met the rising popularity of pizzerias. The kebab pizza features a thin, crispy base topped with tomato sauce, cheese, thinly sliced donor meat, fresh vegetables, and most importantly, a drizzle of creamy yogurt garlic sauce. It's so deeply embedded in Swedish culture that it's considered their unofficial national dish, which is often used as a New Year's Day hangover cure. In Japan, pizza isn't just imported food, it's a canvas for culinary experimentation. When pizza arrived in Japan, locals reimagined it through their own lens. The result? Pizzas topped with squid, corn, seaweed, and, most controversially, mayonnaise. Yes, Japanese pizza often features a drizzle or thick layer of mayo, sometimes flavored with spicy cod roe. Major chains offer uniquely Japanese creations like seafood mix, with shrimp and squid, or teriyaki chicken, with sweet soy glaze instead of tomato sauce. Some specialty shops even make mochi crust pizzas that replace traditional dough. They use pounded sticky rice that gives it the chewy texture that Japanese cuisine is known for. While these combinations might sound bizarre to Western palates, they perfectly balance the umami flavors Japanese cuisine is famous for. But Japan isn't the only country transforming pizza. Let's head to Turkey for a pizza that doesn't even use tomato sauce. What happens when you take pizza, reshape it into a boat, and remove the tomato sauce entirely? Long before pizza became global, Turkish bakers were creating pide. This boat-shaped flatbread features dough hand-formed into an elongated oval, with edges pinched to create a rim. Unlike traditional pizza, pide rarely uses tomato sauce. Instead, it's brushed with butter or olive oil before being topped with minced lamb, beef, cheese, eggs, or spinach. During Ramadan, pide becomes especially popular, with bakeries producing special versions that families rush to buy fresh before breaking their fast. The ancient bread-making traditions behind pide predate modern pizza by centuries. The boat shape isn't just for show, it creates the perfect vessel for capturing the juices from the meat and melted butter. Every bite gives a tasty, flavor-packed experience. Speaking of unique shapes, let's travel to Detroit, where industrial history shaped one of America's most distinctive pizza styles. How did automotive manufacturing accidentally create one of America's most beloved pizza styles? Detroit-style pizza's rectangular shape wasn't a culinary choice, it was an industrial necessity. In 1946, Gus Guerra borrowed blue steel pans from a friend who worked at an automotive factory. They were originally used as parts trays. The dough is pressed into these pans, topped with Wisconsin brick cheese pushed all the way to the edges, then layered with toppings, and finally sauce on top in the red top method. When baked, the cheese caramelizes against the hot sides of the pan, creating the signature crispy, cheesy edge that Detroit pizza lovers crave, a direct result of the automotive industry's influence on the city's food culture. The result is a pizza with a light, airy interior and crispy exterior surrounded by that legendary caramelized cheese crust, a textural masterpiece born from automotive innovation. But if automotive pans make for unusual pizza, wait until you hear about Chicago's pizza that's practically a casserole. Is it a pizza or a casserole? Chicago's signature dish has sparked debates that are almost as deep as the pizza itself. Chicago deep dish was born in 1943 at Pizzeria Uno, creating something more like a pie than traditional pizza, a towering creation with high edges forming a bowl-like shape. What really sets it apart is the inverted layering. Cheese goes directly on the dough, followed by toppings, and finally topped with sauce. This unusual construction serves a purpose. With a 45-minute baking time, putting cheese on top would burn, so the sauce protects everything underneath. The crust itself is buttery and flaky, more like pie dough than traditional pizza dough, and the whole thing is so substantial that it requires eating with a knife and fork. The result is a hearty, knife and fork pizza experience that's more like a complete meal in a single slice, with the perfect ratio of buttery crust, cheese, toppings, and that distinctive tangy tomato sauce on top. But if Chicago pizza is too heavy, let's head to Brazil, where they've turned pizza into a dessert experience. In Brazil, pizza isn't just a meal, it's an all-you-can-eat experience that ends with chocolate. Brazil's pizza culture features rodizio-style pizzerias, where servers continuously bring different varieties until you surrender. What sets Brazilian pizza apart? They love sweet pizza. São Paulo is home to the second largest population of Italian descendants outside Italy. There, it's common for pizzerias to serve half-sweet, half-savory pizzas. The savory half might feature traditional toppings, while the sweet half could be covered with chocolate, M&Ms, strawberries, or dulce de leche. These aren't just novelty items. They're standard offerings at most Brazilian pizzerias. They reflect the country's love of contrasting flavors and celebratory dining culture. This sweet and savory approach transforms pizza from just a meal into a complete dining experience. Appetizer, main course, and dessert all in one sitting. Pizza's global journey shows how one simple concept can evolve into countless variations when different cultures add their unique twist. But if you think these pizza adaptations are fascinating, you haven't seen anything yet. Speaking of surprising food history, did you know that medieval peasants weren't actually eating bland gruel like we've been led to believe? In fact, they were the original fast food innovators. While we imagine medieval peasants surviving on scraps and tasteless porridge, they were actually enjoying portable meat pies, nutrient-rich whole grains, and fermented drinks that would put our modern energy beverages to shame. The never-ending pottage stews could easily be called the original crock-pot meal. They'd simmer for days with new ingredients being added continuously. Talk about efficient meal prep. From handheld Cornish pastries, the OG Hot Pockets, to sustainable nose-to-tail cooking that would impress today's zero-waste chefs, medieval peasants were food innovators whose techniques we're now rediscovering and paying premium prices for at fancy restaurants. Click the link in the description below now to discover the shocking truth about medieval peasants' diets and how their ingenious food solutions might actually have been healthier than what nobility was eating. You'll never look at medieval history or your own dinner plate the same way again.